the future lies in the hands of the women. You get it? What I mean is that it is often said that when you empower a woman, you have empowered the entire nation.
Oh, when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. Hello viewers, and welcome to Voices of Regalo, where every voice matters. Powered by Regalo Hope Foundation. My name is Edeh Omojo Rekiya, your host for today. Before we go into the topic, we have a remarkable guest in our midst today, and I will just glance through her profile before we attend to the question. She is an accomplished educator with a Bachelor's of Arts in English Education, certified educational manager from National Institute of Professional Educational Management, NIPEM, a pioneer principal of Lord Mercy Millennium Academy, an educator with over 19 years of experience in the educational sector, a trained Aid for AIDS facilitator, and a passionate advocate for women's development in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Mrs. Edeh Omojo Rekiya. Welcome. Thank you, ma, for being here.
Jane.
You
Nice
look
meeting
beautiful.
you. And you too.
Wow.
Thank you, Miss Jane. Nice meeting you. Once again, kudos to Regalo Hope Foundation. It's been a nice business dealing with them. It has come to a point I see we still have good women in Nigeria in this time, okay? Relating with Regalo, it's one of the good things that's ever happened to secondary school, especially the private ones in Lagos State at the whole, you understand? And coming here today, it's a privilege and I'm proud to be here. And I say thank you to Regalo Hope Foundation.
So we would be dealing on a crucial topic which says empowering women in underserved communities. So we'll just go with the first question. Why is empowering women in underserved communities important?
Wow, thank you, Miss Jane. I love that question so much because it seems the underserved communities have been forgotten, you know. People look at them as nothing good comes out of, them. But by empowering them, we are bringing out someone from grass to grace. It is very paramount. If the future must be safe, the underserved communities must be empowered. And in what way? How? Why is it important? Paramount because the future lies in the hands of the women. You get it? What I mean is that it is often said that when you empower a woman, you have empowered the entire nation.
Oh, when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. I would like to ask, how does education contribute to women empowerment? You know, you've been in the educational sector for 19 years. You have vast experience. So how can education empower women in underserved communities?
Thank you, my able host. I believe something. With my experience so far, there is this motto of my college days: knowledge is power. Okay. Yes. And my principal then always make reference to it to say, if anybody deserves power, you deserve education. And I know education is information, is knowledge. True. Education gives knowledge, information, and so it gives power. True. You know what information is? Information brings light. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a story about a woman called Mami. How many of you have heard about that? Mami. When you go to a barracks, you always hear Mami market. Yeah. I know, Miss Jane. This is a woman named Mami.
Wow.
An illiterate from a typical village in Benin State. Okay. She was into selling of a drink locally made by the Benin indigenes and the northerners, Kunu precisely. So the soldiers, the armies, they go there to get Kunu, Once they are going, someone say, hello officer, where are you going? Say, I am going to Mami to get energy booster. By doing that, it came to a point that an army officer encouraged her and said, you see this thing you are doing, you are going to rebrand it, you are going to package it. By the time you are done with it, it's not only stop here. And I tell you, Miss Jane, this is how Mami Market came to be in Nigeria, in all the barracks, just through selling of kunu. You understand? This woman was empowered. She was educated. How? She was informed. She got a knowledge, an idea how to rebrand and package that kunu. And in the whole barracks, anywhere they sell kunu, it is called Mami Market. And now, education contributes to that woman's empowerment with the help of the society, the environment she found herself, and the people that she was surrounded with, giving helping hands to her. They brought her out, and this is how it came about. Thank you so much.
I think, it's my opinion, it's not every woman that can really that can be empowered through education. It's my opinion. So what other ways can these women in undeserved communities be empowered?
Yes, when you talk about education, when you mention the word education, we have formal and informal education. That is where skills and acquisition comes in. You understand? Now, let me just make reference to Mrs. Honora, Dr. Honora, the founder of Regalo Hope Foundation. Seriously, she's an epitome of an empowerment, giving out skills, resources, finances that strengthen women. 2024, mid-2024, I was in a market called Igondo Market. I saw women putting on apron by Regalo Hope Foundation with goodies in their hands, with envelope in their hands. I was like, wow, this Regalo again. And I saw the smiles on their faces. These people were not learned. They were into business. You get it?
Yeah.
But Regalo empowered them. How? By supporting their small scale business. You understand? The informal education, it has to go with people that are into artisans, skills, people, handwork, and so on and so forth. When you're relating to the question you asked me, why the formal education is that or the one of classrooms? You understand? Which we did. Personally, I boast of both formal and informal education. I'm a northerner. I come from the north, and we believe so much in informal education skills. Now, with the help of the society, maybe those that have the kind, boost people in undeserved. We are looking at the underserved. These people are somewhere that they needed someone's help. You understand? Like I made mention of the Mami woman. Of course, she was lifted with an army officer by putting her through how you can do this, and it was education. Yes, he gave her a knowledge, an idea, and information that can circulate that business of kunu. And we have kunu all over the nation today. We have Mami markets all over the nation. Just a woman named Mami. So I always learn from her. With little empowerment, you can become somebody in life.
We solicit for the government to come in to help women in underserved communities. So, how can financial independence empower a woman?
Wow. Finance, that is money we are talking about. It's been said often that money answers everything. Financial independence boosts someone to be what she deserves to be. It makes you in charge of your life. It gives you that confidence. For instance, our late Professor Dora Akinyele of NAFDAC, the NAFDAC DG. I so much love that woman. The action in her, because she was financially independent, because she was empowered, because she had the knowledge, she knew what she was doing. In what way? When you empower someone with money, it can go a long way, and it will change the society. It helps in acquiring the wealth Yes, when you are independent. Looking at Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she's independent financially. The strength of every nation depends on a woman. Yes, the woman are the tools in running the nation. Many of them, to mention but a few. I also have Professor Dr. Bello Shoga, the pioneer, peak performer of the year 2024. We know she happened to be the Director General, and so these are people that are financially independent, and for that, it can go a long way. You understand? Nothing good without money. Money answers everything. You and I, when we have the money, we have the capacity, we can build the world. You can build the society.
True.
And we have the assurance that our future is bright, and that of our generation. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma. At Regalo Foundation, we are engaged in vocational trainings to empower women in Igondo communities. That is a nice one, Ma. Let's go to the next question. What role does mentorship play in empowering women? It's one thing to empower them through education, as in giving them startup funds. Don't you think there is need for mentorship?
Of course.
So what role does mentorship
when
play?
you empower a woman, especially in finance or in skills, I bet you when you don't mentor that person, she will not go further. You keep it up by following her up, by checking on them to make sure their skills, their business is up to date.
Yes, true.
A mentorship is that one that makes sure I have brought you out from your dungeon, from that grass, while in the grace, stability. Like Dr. Bello, from trailblazer to a role model. A mentorship can take someone from nothing to something. You understand? Just like I always mention Dr. Onora, Mrs. Chinenye.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. They give us light, and she keeps shining the light.
Yeah.
You understand? Regalo was not just founded, but every now and then, timely basis, we get new ideas, things helping us, financing, giving our children laptops to help them in graphic design, and so many things. Education, the children, helping them, empowering them in menstrual hygiene, keep it up, kudos to Regalo. And a woman like that is actually an epitome of a woman in leadership.
Yes.
So she has mentored us. And I feel and I think you can't leave a woman to herself after the empowerment. You also mentor by checking to see that whatever you have put in is really growing well.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So let me just chip in. What can the government do? What can the government do? And corporate organizations. I would even include the men, because let's not look like maybe we're talking about women.
Okay.
Men to have their own contribution to make in this topic. So what can the government do to support women in underserved communities?
It's okay. God bless you. And it takes a grace for the government to remember the underserved communities. Another thing is for the grace to help them to come into it. Mm-hmm. Let's see that in underserved communities, the ball is to the court of even the men, the society at large. Mm-hmm. It can be women higher. Business-led women that higher can come in to support. You understand?
Okay.
Financially, like in skills acquisition, empowerment, by stepping up, starting up a business for them. There are so many things many of them could not have access to. Hospital, health, economical empowerment, you understand? Socially, politically, let them come out, it seems as if these people are being forgotten. They are tagged being privileged, or less privileged. These are classes of people that it could be aged, it could be disability, physical disability, you understand? It could be their knowledge, background, family basis. Let me not just say they poor. I would have used maybe poverty, alleviating people from their poverty. It helps. The government can go a long way by poverty alleviation, supporting even men of high calibers that are financially okay, buoyant. They can come into their aids. So by that, the government can support. Sometimes when you give out a contract, a deal out to reach out to people, you follow up. That is when mentorship comes in. You follow up. I don't want to say that government is not trying, because I'm in the government. I'm telling you the truth. People love, this is where greediness comes in and selfishness comes in. Despite government efforts to put in things to work out, there are people out there that may not want you to get to the grassroots, those that actually need it. And that is why we need NGO like this, Regalo Hope Foundation. I tell you the truth, I'm a benefactor. True. My school is a benefactor. True. So many things. Yeah. I was in a school recently because I changed environment to make inquiries for my children because it's close to the place. I saw Regalo water bottles, other things. I say, oh, you too know Regalo Foundation. Yeah. It get to anywhere. Yeah. She's not selfish. She's not greedy. Whatever comes in from anybody is distributed, allocated completely. She's not here with me. I'm talking from experience. Yeah. Her personality, impact a lot of positive knowledge to me. Yes. And I tell you, some business-led women, yes, they can go a long way. You can come through Regalo Hope Foundation. Yeah. I want to reach out to a community in Egon. There's a place in Ogun State called Totowu. Yeah, all these are cross water. Imoshe. In fact, my village is somehow is more developed than the place I'm mentioning. Yes. I've been to places because I love to learn. It's part of education. So when I sit I say, this one's really part of this, the lack so many things. Water. There's a place, I don't want to mention it, no light for years. You see everything's a decoration. NGOs can come up. Yeah. Regalo is there. Regalo Foundation. If you have a helping hand, please stretch it forward. So Regalo Foundation, we will Hope Foundation execute the project. They will allocate all these resources to everybody that needs it. Yes. See, the underserved communities are people that need a lot of things: health, community service, social services, finances, skills acquisition. They need it more than you and I. They need it more than now. And then, by the time you stretch for these hands, Regalo Hope Foundation accept it and extend your hands of love to them. Yeah. God bless you. Oh, thank you very much. This is a wonderful section, empowering women in underserved communities. And Regalo Foundation has been on the mission. It's always there for them. In empowering women in the Gondo areas, around Alimosho, over 20 states in Nigeria. This is a wonderful section. Thank you, Ma, for having. So much. Can you give the viewers a last word? Thank you, Miss Jane. Nice being here today. If there's anything of concern these days is the underserved communities' attention is needed by everyone. True. They need your attention. Yeah. They need you and I. For those people in power that are of high financial capacity, that are buoyant, both in and abroad, you can come to our aid, please. I'm a voice on behalf of Regalo Hope Foundation for them. And then empowerment is what can bring out someone, like I said earlier on, from grass to grace. Yes. Like I said, there are so many women that are out today to render this help, and you can come to Regalo.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
God
Regalo
bless
Hope
you.
Foundation.
God bless
And this is Voices of Regalo. And to the women out there, I would say your voice is important. You can voice out.
Yeah.
Because Regalo Foundation and Voices of Regalo would be there for you. So this has been a wonderful section. Thank you, ma, Mrs. Edeh,
Thank you,
for
Miss
honoring our
Jane.
invitation.
Thank you so
It's
much.
a pleasure, ma.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. So
Thank you
this
so much.
is Voices of Igalo, where your voice matter. So to the woman out there, your voice matters. And I wish and we solicit for the government to come in to help women in underserved communities. My name is Nkechi Jane Obodoke for Voices of Igalo. Peace out.